why I think Donald Trump alone cannot ensure peace between Gaza and Israel, and what I think Hamas should do if they want peace, or Israel should do if they're serious about peace. In fact, what the US can also do if they're serious about peace. You don't have to agree with me. It's just my opinion. But don't forget that every US president that has ever come played this peacemaker role in the Middle East. Some of them offered aid. Some of them signed treaties. Now Donald Trump wants to, achieve one historic peace deal. But the problem is this. The conflict between Israel and Hamas is not some political disagreement. It's a deep generational wound built on identity, land, religion, and trauma. That's why no handshake or photo opportunities can fix it. But this is what I think that Israel should do. Number one, they should ease the humanitarian blockade on Gaza, because millions live with limited access to food, electricity, and medicine. Peace cannot be achieved that way. Although I know some people argue that Israel is not the one responsible for blocking these things, that Hamas are the ones stealing the food, blocking them, and reselling this thing back to their own people at exorbitant prices just to get money to fund their own, stuff like that. I have not confirmed it. I'm only saying it. All right. Number two, Israel should recognize Palestinian sovereignty in a clear and irreversible way. Can they recognize Palestinians as a state at the UN? Can they encourage US to even do that? Do you understand? Because Israel must accept that Palestinians have a right to self-rule, not just a temporary autonomy. It's very important. They should end settlement expansion in the West Bank. New settlement fails only angers and destroys trust, making any peace deal meaningless. I also think that Israel should hold extremists accountable. Violence from radical groups or settler attacks must be punished equally, not ignored. That is the only way to achieve peace. And then Israel must also invest in dialogue and coexistence programs. Because education, culture, and economy can bridge where politics fail. Now, this is what I think Hamas must also do if they want peace. Hamas should renounce violence as a political strategy, because rocket, kidnapping, and suicide attacks only justifies Israel's harsh response, and it weakens Palestinian moral ground. You heard what happened last time. Once you mentioned peace, they say it was the Palestinians that attacked Israel first, so they deserve it. That will not help them. Palestinians should accept Israel's right to exist as well. Peace can't start while one side denies the other's existence. This idea of is either Palestinian or not, never. The only thing we know is it's not going to work that way. Because you can't change it. It is an ideological shift that is very crucial. All right? They should unify Palestinian leadership. I'm talking about Hamas in Gaza and Fatah in the West Bank. They must form a common front for peace, not rivalry. They themselves must unite themselves. Then they should focus on governance and rebuilding. Gaza needs jobs. They need schools and hospitals, not this endless militarization. Hamas should engage in people-to-people diplomacy. Palestinians should connect with Israel's civil groups that are fighting for peace and equality, because there are groups in Israel that are fighting for peace and equality. Connect with them. Connect with them. What US should do, US should stop treating peace as a campaign project, because real diplomacy takes patience, not photo ops. US should pressure both sides equally. The US and its allies must not favor one side while preaching peace. It's very important. The US should also support local peace builders. The real progress happens between teachers, between artists, between religious leaders, and even NGOs, not in government offices. They should recognize that. Now, finally, Trump must understand that It is possible that he has been able to restart these peace talks. All right? But he must understand that peace is not a deal. No, it is a process of rebuilding trust, justice, and humanity. Unity between Israel and Hamas can only be achieved when you understand this fact. Hamas and Israel must change how they see themselves. If not, no leader in this world, not even the most powerful president, can sign peace into existence. It's not possible. Anyway, as I said, you don't have to agree with me. But what do you think about this? Because this is what Beaver knows. What do you know?